Hey yogis, it's Cori. Thank you so much for watching. In today's flow, we're going to work on some binding in our poses. And in a yoga class, that usually means attaching our hands behind our back or around our legs, some way that we're constricting into a pose. So you might want to have a towel, a scarf, or a strap with you to make the binds a little more accessible. The reason we do this is because it can be a really nice heart and shoulder opener. It also shows us how our minds and our bodies behave when we're constricting ourselves within poses. So it teaches us if we can create space when our bodies are doing something difficult or uncomfortable, and can we breathe through it and find the benefits of the binds. When you're ready, we're going to get started down on our mats in a child's pose. So keep your knees together or separate them, whichever feels better for you. Sit your hips back onto your heels and take your forehead down to the mat. And we'll settle into our breath here. Stretch your shoulders away from your torso. Reach your fingertips far out in front of you. And take a little deeper inhales and longer exhales. Inhale all the way down into your belly. Exhale, feel the breath come out of your nose. And take another inhale to fill up. And this time exhale it out of your mouth. And take that one more time. Inhale. And let the breath go. And start to make your way into a tabletop position. Take your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And we'll take a couple rounds of cat and cow pose here. Drop your belly down, draw the shoulders back, lift through your tailbone. Now exhale, round the spine. Tuck your tailbone down towards the mat. Separate your shoulder blades around the center of your spine to the sky. Inhale, drop it back down into cow pose. Exhale, release the breath as you draw back into your cat. And take that once more. Inhale, lift through the chest. And exhale, round, tuck your chin in. And come back to your neutral spine. Walk your hands a little bit forward. Tuck your toes under, make your way to your down dog. Pedal at your heels, get comfy in your dog. And take an inhale, rise high on the balls of your feet. And as you exhale, walk your hands up behind your wrists, come up to a forward fold, top of the mat. And let yourself sway a little bit or just hang down. Let your head and your neck relax. And then come to stillness in the center. We'll round and roll the spine all the way up to standing. Take an inhale, reach the arms out and up overhead. Palms touch at the center. We'll exhale, come right back down into your forward fold. Bend at the knees as much as you need to. Inhale, rise up halfway, come to your flat back. Exhale, we'll fold forward, plant your hands and step the left foot to the back of your mat. We'll lower the knee down. Rise up into your Anjaneyasana, reach your arms up by your ears. And then we're going to draw the left arm across your chest. And you're just opening up into the back of your shoulder, and as you do that, you can let your hips sink down a little bit lower. Keep thinking about drawing your right hip back into its socket. Breathe into the back of your shoulder. Then we'll extend the left arm up overhead, bend the elbow, grab hold of your elbow with the right hand, and draw the crook of your arm right back behind your head. Lean your head back into your arms as you tuck your tailbone under and draw your belly in. Then you can let your hips sink forward if that feels okay. And then we'll take you may need your strap for this. So see how it feels at first. We'll reach the right arm out to the right. Take your thumb pointing down and then we'll bend that elbow. If you can, attach the fingers or the hands behind your back. If you can't, you can grab hold of your shirt or take your strap towel, whatever you have with you as a prop, and keep it between your hands. That'll decrease the distance that you have to reach. Gently draw your hands apart from each other while the fingers hold on to each other at the strap. And then we'll slowly unwind, let the hands separate, stretch your arms out to the side or reach them up once more. Inhale here. Exhale, we'll take your hands down onto the mat on the inside of your right foot. We're going to rotate on your back knee, so you'll kick that foot over to the right edge of your mat. Keep your right hand down on the floor. We'll inhale the left arm up to the sky. Open up here. You can shift your gaze up to your top thumb, and then feel your right tricep press to the inside of your knee. And you may feel perfectly okay here, and that's fine. We're going to add in the bind. You'll turn your left palm to face the back of the room, so behind you. Bend your elbow, and you can bring that hand right to the small of your back, or reach your right arm under, attach your hands, or bring the strap in between your hands. And then open up across your chest, so find some space, whatever openness you can, as you bind through the hands. Then open your shoulder into your right knee. You can turn your gaze up over your top armpit. And then on our next inhale, we'll separate the hands. On our exhale, we'll find some expansion. Bring your left hand down to the back of your mat. Sweep your right arm up and overhead. Take a stargazer. Turn your gaze up to look at the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, sweep your hands around to the top of your mat. Frame your foot with your hands. Take your left foot to point straight back. We'll step it back into a high plank. Lower your knees down, chest and chin to the mat. Then we'll inhale for a low cobra pose. And then exhale, lower down to the belly. Bring your hands to clasp behind your low back. Press the tops of your feet down into the mat. We'll inhale, lift through the chest, stretch your knuckles back towards your heels. If you don't have any problems in your low back, you can bring your feet up too. Inhale, lift everything up a little higher and keep reaching back through your knuckles and your toes. Inhale, feel your thighs engage, press down through your pelvis. Exhale, lower down to the mat. You can wag your tail a little bit, let your arms be heavy. Then take your hands to plant beside your chest. Press up through tabletop, make your way back into downward facing dog. Take an inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth, feel your heels grow heavy, bend your knees if you need to. Stretch your tailbone up to the sky. Inhale, rise high on the balls of your feet. Exhale, step your feet up behind your wrists. Come back to your forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, rise all the way up to a flat back. Reach your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, dive right back down. Hands come through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. We'll step the right foot to the back this time. Lower your back knee down. Reach the arms up by your ears. And then get situated in your Anjaneyasana. Keep that knee from going too far past your front ankle. Now we're going to take the right arm across the body. We'll open up into the outside of that shoulder. And then we'll draw the arm up overhead. Bend your elbow, take your left hand around that elbow, and then draw the bend in your arm right behind your head so you can lean your head back into your arm. Tuck your tailbone under, but let your hips dip down. And open in the shoulder, the tricep, and into the hips. If you like to add on, we'll reach the left arm out to the side, bring your thumb pointing down, bend your elbow, attach your hands, or grab your strap behind your back. Keep leaning your head into your top arm. Keep drawing the arms apart, even though you have them attached with either the fingertips or whatever you grabbed onto. And we'll inhale, let the hands separate, reach them out to the sides and up overhead. Exhale, hands come down to the inside of the left foot. Left hand stays down. We'll rotate on the back knee, kick it over to the left edge of your mat. Keep your hand planted down. We'll reach the right arm to the sky. And turn your gaze up at your top thumb. Find some opening in your hips by pressing your tricep into your left knee. Keep that foot firmly rooted down into the mat. Option to add on, turn the top palm towards the back, and then bend the elbow. We'll bring the back of your hand to the small of your back. If you like, you can attach the two hands, bringing your left palm underneath you. Grab hold of your hands or take the strap in between them. Turn your gaze back up to the sky. Draw your right shoulder back. Open across your heart. And take another breath in, hands separate. And we'll exhale, right hand down to the back of your mat. Sweep your left arm up and over your ear. Turn your heart as much as you can up to the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, sweep your arms around back to the front of your mat. Right toes point back. Step to your high plank. Lower knees, chest and chin on your exhale. Inhale, slide through low cobra. Exhale, down onto the belly. And we'll press our way back through tabletop. Meet in downward facing dog. Draw an in-breath through your nose. Exhale, let out your mouth. And we'll sweep the right leg up to the sky. And on your exhale, bring your foot up in between your hands. And rise up to a high lunge. Take a little bend into your back knee and scoop the tailbone under so you get an opening in your left hip flexor. And reach your arms high. And take another inhale here. On your exhale, open up into a warrior two. Bring your feet wide apart. Take your arms out into a T, parallel to the floor. And open across your hips. And we'll flip the front palm up, lower your back hand down for a reverse warrior. And then we'll draw back through our warrior two. Reach your right fingers a little bit forward and then bring your right hand down to the inside of your front foot. Top arm reaches to the sky. Option to add in a half bind or a full bind. You can turn your palm to face the back. Bring the back of your hand to the small of your back or tuck it inside your hip. Or you can take the full bind, reach your right arm under just like we did on the floor. Attach your two hands or grab your strap. Gaze up towards the sky. Draw your shoulder blades together behind you. Breathe in across your open chest. And keep your back leg really straight and strong. Take your attention to the outside edge of that back foot. Next inhale, we'll separate the hands. We're going to straighten through the front leg to find triangle pose. We'll bring our hand up to the ankle or all the way to the mat on the outside of your foot. Create some expansion and some space for yourself. Draw your top arm higher. Turn your nose up towards your thumb. We'll use our top arm to draw us back through center. Sink back down into your warrior two. Rebend the knee. Take an inhale here. Exhale, hands come down to frame your front foot. Step it back to high plank. Your choice to lower knees, chest, chin, or we'll come to chaturanga. You can still lower your knees down here. Inhale for your cobra again, or upward facing dog. That's what I'm taking. And exhale, we'll meet back in our downward facing dog. Take an inhale through your nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale your left heel high. Exhale, step up in between your hands. Rise all the way up into a high lunge. Keep that deep bend in your front knee. A little bend in your back knee. We'll open in the right hip flexor this time. Keep your arms in line with your ears. But let your shoulders drop down. Take another inhale, bring your gaze up high. Exhale, open up to your warrior two. Fingers stretch apart from each other. Deep bend into your front thigh, and then your back toes can be parallel to the back edge or pointing up a little bit. Settle your gaze out in front of you. Inhale, reverse your warrior, left palm up, right palm down, reach high. And then we'll exhale it back to warrior two. Start to reach forward through the left fingertips, left hand down to the inside of your front foot. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Spread your fingers wide. Gaze up. Draw your belly into your spine, but expand across your chest. And then option for the half or full bind. We'll turn the palm to the back. Lower your hand down. And then option to connect your two hands underneath you. And turn your gaze back up. If that bothers your neck at all, you can also look down at your foot. Keep the back leg strong. Keep the bend in your front knee. Next, inhale, separate your hands. Straighten through the front leg. Find your Trikonasana triangle pose. And press down through the ball of the front foot to engage your quad. Stack your right hip over your left. Keep that level of expansion across your heart or make it even bigger. And we'll inhale, use the top arm to pull you back up. Exhale, warrior two. And stay here for your inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to your mat. Step it back for a vinyasa, or we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take another inhale here. Exhale, lower your knees down to the mat, right underneath your hips. Come back to your tabletop. Inhale your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle. Reach it right underneath your left. Back of the shoulder, side of the face comes down. And then you can bind the left hand around your back if you like, or just walk the fingertips forward. See what feels better for you. We'll start to unwind your top arm or bring it back underneath your face. Press down, right arm reaches to the sky. One more time. Exhale, lower it to the mat. Other side, we'll reach the left hand up. Exhale, thread it underneath the right, back of the shoulder down. And then right fingertips walk forward or wrap that binder around your low back. Now unwind, bring the right hand down, reach left fingers high. And exhale down to your mat. We're going to bring the knees together, so your hips back onto your heels, lower into your child's pose, but this time walk your hands around to your feet. Take another breath in. And on your exhale, round and roll it up. And take a couple shoulder rolls here. Just loosening the shoulders, we'll take them to the back. And then switch it up, take them to the front. And then scoot your hips around and come to lie down onto your back. And set up into your Shavasana, your final resting pose. Take your legs down long and your hands by your sides. Close your eyes and settle into your breath. And when you're ready to move, start with slow wiggles of your fingers and your toes. And then you'll slowly stretch your arms out, reach them away from your legs. And roll over onto your side, and you'll press your way up into a seated position. And close our eyes and bring the hands together at heart center. Thank you so much for being here to watch this video, for practicing with me. I'm happy to share my practice with you. Namaste.